You are listening to Phone Eats First. Hello, everyone. Welcome back to Phone Eats First, a podcast about romanticizing life and finding inspiration inside and outside of the kitchen. My name is Corey May, Corey in the Kitchen. How have you found me? How have you know me? Hi, hello. I am so happy you are here, whether you are listening in your ears or maybe, watching on video. Hi. I'm attempting video right now. I would be lying if I said I tried this last night and the video just totally disappeared. The recording totally disappeared. So, we're keeping the spirits high, and I'm trying again because I like to do things just full speed ahead. I don't really prep much or do much research. I kind of just dive in. Like, that's how this podcast started, and that's how I'm attempting this video. So if you are watching, you can see I'm in my little gym sunroom thing. It's the favorite part of my house. To my right, I have a beautiful painting from Italy. To my left, above my head, I have a beautiful painting from Priceley Studio. And you can see my wonderful coffee cart. You can see the butt of my Peloton. This is my happy space. And I do have a live audience here. I have Callie and Charlie in the room. So if you hear them, sorry, they're animals. I can't control them. So yeah. But hey guys, I've missed you. And this episode, we're going to catch up. So it's currently 9 a.m. on a Saturday. It is a beautiful, beautiful, beautiful sunny day. I've got my coffee with me, as you should potentially see in the frame. Maybe you can't see it. Maybe this whole podcast just fails again. And at that point, you know what? It is what it is. I will have to take an L for that. But yeah, we're just going to catch up and tell you where I've been, what I'm doing now, what's coming up. But first, we'll get into the weekly report. All right, the weekly report. Let's get into it. So our reading, I am on book number 3 of ACOTAR, A Court of Thorns and Roses. So the one I'm actually reading is A Court of Winds and Ruin. And I've realized if someone had a gun to my head and said, "What book are you reading?" I would die. Literally every time. I never know the name, especially if it's a series. Like, remember when I was reading the Things We Left Behind series? Like, I struggled to know what the name of it was. The Things We Had from the Light, I don't even know what they're called anymore. It was a great series, by the way, by Lucy Score. But so now I'm on A Court of Thorns and Roses series. 10 out of 10. You must read it. I was skeptical, as I think literally everyone is, because it's a fairy genre, and I'm like, what does that even mean? I literally don't know. And also everyone says it's like very sexual. In my opinion, it's not. Maybe it's just because I've read Colleen Hoover and other books, but I don't think it's that sexual. I think it's a very normal amount of sex and just like romance. It's overall more of like an adventure kind of book. But yeah, so that's what I'm reading. I think everyone else should read it. Eating. I'm eating hella yogurt bowls and also avocado toast. So I keep looking down because this is how I outline my episodes. I just do a cute little notes app on my phone, and whenever I have random ideas, I write them down. So my notes app is sacred, to say the least. But I've been eating a lot of yogurt bowls and avocado toast. And yogurt bowls, I don't know. I'm a big smoothie girl, but as you know, I travel all the time, and a blender and protein powder don't travel well. So I've kind of gotten more into yogurt bowls this summer. And if I'm at an event, I'll put chocolate protein powder in it just to get extra gains, because I'm like a food desert out at a soccer field. It's really dramatic of me, I know. But I'll do that with honey, granola, and berries. And I also have, considered bringing my own granola to events, but I'm like, that's a little much. So I just stick to letting myself buy a different kind of granola when I'm out and about. Though I can kind of try some new ones, but they always have so much sugar. So that's kind of why I'm wary of that. But also avocado toast, because Josephine has made a reappearance. If you're new here, Josephine is my sourdough starter, and she's been busy. I literally have a loaf in the oven right now, and in 60 seconds, I need to pause this recording and go get her out. So that's what I've been doing. That's what I've been eating. P plan. I wrote this down because I think I'm funny, even though I'm objectively probably not that funny, but I think I'm a little funny, and that's really all that matters, right? So I wrote Debbie Downer. If you know, you know. Here on the East Coast this week, there was a hurricane, and I was supposed to be at the beach all week on dog duty, but instead the dogs are here. Maybe I can show you. Hey guys, look, here's Charlie. There's Callie, just staring out the window as always. But yeah, I was supposed to be at the beach, but I really didn't want to be home alone during a hurricane with like Walmart being the closest grocery store and also like 17 inches of rain supposedly. And yes, I did say Walmart. I'm not hating on Walmart. Walmart is a great store and a great grocery store, but I'm a food grocery stop. Whoa, what? I'm a grocery store snob now. I am obsessed with Trader Joe's and Whole Foods, and if I don't have one within like a 20-minute radius, like I start like going a little bit of crazy. I don't know. I need quality food. I need to be able to know I can get what I want, which like Walmart does have like every single brand ever, so I would be fine. But I also knew the Walmart in Charlotte, North Carolina was going to have absolutely nothing. Definitely no eggs, bread, or milk. So not that I really need those things, but you know how it is during a hurricane. Or maybe you don't. Maybe you're not from the East Coast and like a hurricane is such a foreign concept to you. But to us, it's like kind of the norm. So long story short, my plan was altered, but I've had a great week here at home. I have been cooking. I've been sleeping a lot. I've just been relaxing. I've been cleaning. I've been doing chores. All the things that you need to do when you're gone for 3 months in the summer. All right. Oh, obsession. I've got a few things here. So number one, the Olympics. And hopefully you are also obsessed with the Olympics. I'm literally about to watch the not the World Cup. Oh my God. The women's gold medal match. USA versus Brazil. No, that doesn't sound right. Maybe. You know what? Listening to this, we'll have already know who won. So anyway, USA is in the final, so gonna watch that. And last night, I just love the Olympics because you turn it on and you are literally immediately fascinated by whatever sport is on. Like last night, beach volleyball was on, which that's a very common sport to like and want to watch. But I watched Brazil beat Canada in the final, the women's beach volleyball final, and it was actually a really close match. And it went to 3 sets, which they said has literally never happened in Olympic history. I'm like, how has that never happened? And then I watched ping pong. Insane. I watched wrestling. Not as insane because it was like 20 seconds and I don't actually know what I'm watching. But USA won. Someone named Helen. Go Helen. She won. She's American. But I just love the Olympics because these athletes are literally the greatest in the world. Like, it's a fact. They're the greatest in the world. I just watch them and do their thing. But then you also, like, I feel so inspired. And at the same time, I feel bad about myself because I'm like, damn, that maybe could have been me. Not in soccer, but like, I don't know. Maybe I should have gotten into ping pong. Maybe I should have gotten into speed walking. Maybe I should have gotten, not gymnastics. Being 5'10" and gymnastics don't mix, in case you didn't know. Maybe I could have done swimming. I don't know. The options are endless, but now it's too late. So shoulda, coulda, woulda, right? But I love the Olympics, and you know, they don't come around often. So yeah. All right, enough about the Olympics. Okay, something else I'm obsessed with is my new planner, which I've talked about several times, that I am a paper planner girly through and through. I love to handwrite things. I wish I could do a Google Calendar because it would be really convenient to have my schedule in my hand at all times. Instead, this might be a beige flag, one may say, for me, but I have a notes app instead of my schedule because that's how we share. Like, that's how I share with my parents and my brother and everyone, so we can like know who's where when, specifically me, because everyone's like, Corey, where the hell are you? And I'm like, oh, I didn't tell you I was in St. Louis for the day. Oh, weird. Okay. So I have my paper planner because I need to like see the weekends and lay them out, cross out the dates. Like, I love it. It is my favorite thing. So I got a new one. So I have all of 2025 ready to fill, and I love that. I have all my work trips in there. I'm filling in my concerts, my my fun trips, like friend trips, family weekends, just football games, everything. And I will say, I think I'm going to kill the concert game this fall. I have Goth Babe in September, Post Malone now in October. Who else? Rainbow Kitten Surprise in October, Pink in November. I just love concerts. And also, Giggly Squad is coming to Durham in September. And I'm like, I've never gone to a live podcast. And I also, which literally, funny enough, number 3 of my obsession is podcast, because I always say I'm in a music mood or a podcast mood. And right now I am in a podcast mood. And Giggly Squad and Strength to Build are the 2 that I am obsessed with right now, because I always need a more serious podcast. So like Strength to Build is very educational, all about strength training and nutrition and just a lot of things that I have heard before, but the way that Chelsea explains them, it actually like makes sense to me, because it's like a piece of information that I've just like heard the fact, but never the why. And now I'm hearing the why and I'm like, wait, that actually makes so much more sense now. And then I need to know like why something is the way it is for me to like learn or remember it. So I'm learning a lot there, and that's also something I want to really, really get into in the near future is strength training, like today's future, like currently, which I've talked about that a lot as well. But I'm like, now it is like time to become a gym rat. Like I've been saying it. I just need to start doing it. I need to pause and take the sourdough out of my oven. Okay, I'm back. Sorry. Josephine, she's doing really good. It was a chocolate sourdough loaf I just took out of the oven. Yeah, I killed it. And then what's going in, you may ask? A Parmesan loaf. Will it turn out okay? I'll report back in like 40 minutes. So on Sunday, you will, or on Instagram, I guess, you'll know if my Parmesan loaf turned out well. Okay, where was I in the weekly report? Our recipe. This is a random recipe that I threw together this week for lunch one day. I was working from home. Shout out Debbie. And something I'm going to talk about later in the episode too is like the amount of protein I'm trying to eat, but also just that like my body knows I need. Like I cannot just like eat a piece of toast and butter and be like, all right, I'm good to go. Like I'm like, where is the protein? I know I need protein. And so like for lunch, I was like, okay, what can I make? And I had ground beef that I'd been defrosting, farmer's market ground beef, I may add, which has been amazing. I did a haul recently, if you saw that, and I got hella meat from the farmer's market, like spent like $100. So worth it. I'm still eating off of it. I literally have like one more pack left, so it's time to get more, but I'm going to go this weekend. But the meat has been so good. So this is a ground beef salad bowl thing. I did ground beef with fresh garlic, salt, pepper, roasted some sweet potatoes with olive oil, salt, pepper, and then I served it on spring mix, so like whatever greens you have. And then I had half an avocado. God, I can't talk. I had half of an avocado, and then very key, I did half of the juice of a lime, which not groundbreaking or anything, but I don't normally use lime juice as a like dressing per se, and it hit the spot. Like it was so good. And then I sprinkled with some fresh parm. Obviously I put Parmesan on everything, and I also had some red onion. So I don't know, it was really good. The flavor profile was there. I would have added probably like tomatoes or more vegetables if I had them, but that's just what I had at the moment. Okay, tea treat. I've said this a million times. You probably know what I'm about to say. I'll give you 2 seconds to think about it. Date bark. I'm obsessed. I'm still obsessed. And I made some recently. It's gone. I ate the whole thing because I am addicted. It is a drug. Kids don't do drugs, but you can do date bark. Date bark is so good. It is like, I'm eating it and my parents are here and I was just like, is it just me or is this stuff like literally like I cannot stop eating it? I don't know what it is. I think I have laced it with something. But you literally just get medjool dates, lay them flat on parchment paper, spread peanut butter on top, melt dark chocolate, like chocolate chips, whatever chocolate you like, put that on top as well, and then sprinkle sea salt and put in the freezer. And then once it's frozen, you literally just cut it up into little pieces. I should probably cut it into bigger pieces so that it's not like, it's tiny. I can eat 10 more before I know it. I should maybe just have like a bigger slice and be like, okay, let me put this on a plate, close everything, put it away. But that's the thing. I like put them on a plate because I know that's like what I need to do to kind of have self-control. And I go back in the freezer and get more because I'm like, I can't stop. Like it's a problem. So anyway, that's the treat have been obsessed with, still obsessed with, until someone can introduce me to something better. That's what we're working with. All right. That is the weekly report. Now let's get into the episode. I don't know if the video works. I don't know how I would add like my little music transition to the footage. I'll need to work on that. Okay. Anyway, so today's episode, we're just catching up. I'm filling you in on what I've been doing, what I'm doing right now, and kind of what I'm looking forward to. I just love podcasts where you know what's going on in real time in the host's life. Like where they are, kind of what's going on, like a trip they have coming up or where they just got back from, and it's all just in real time. Obviously that does not happen with Phone Eats First because I don't live in real time. I'm literally never home. I'm everywhere. I'm everywhere all the time. But so I kind of feel like my weekly report allows me to provide some form of update, and like, yeah, sometimes it's outdated. Like the episode I posted, the Giggling in Austin episode, which you haven't listened to it, go listen to it. I love that episode. Or maybe you like don't like that episode because you're like, I don't find any of you funny and I don't get your jokes and I don't know who these people are. But I don't have that many listeners, and so the ones that are listening, I feel like you know who my friends are by now because they're the only people I talk about, and they're also on the show a lot. So yeah, that's my 2 cents there. But anywho, so I can at least pretend to be in real time right now, at least for this one episode. So what the hell have I been doing? I've been working nonstop. Summer is our busy time. I work in youth soccer and we do the event retail, but also now I work in professional soccer and do the retail. Kind of cool, kind of not. Not cool for my stress level, that's for damn sure. But I survived. The summer is over. I've literally done 5. I think that was my 5th summer with my company. And every summer I'm like, no fucking shot, I'm doing this again. But I keep doing it. I'm addicted to stress. It's an issue. I do like the chaos. I thrive in chaos. I like perform well in chaos, which is cool-ish. I mean, someone's got to do good in chaos and I'm one of them, but the stress of my job is a little much. And if you know me well, like you know, like my mom, yeah, shout out you for keeping me a little bit sane these last few months and just being like, just breathe. And I'm like, I bite her head off. I'm like, no, I can't breathe. I don't have time to breathe. But in reality, like I got through. I need to be better about being addicted to stress and like managing my stress and all of the things. I should probably go listen to my episode about how to handle stress because I'm not good at it. I don't think anyone's really good at it, especially me. Anyway, so what the hell have I been doing? What is my job? Like, why am I so stressed? I'm not going to get into the nitty-gritty of my job too much because no one really cares. But basically, I always travel because these soccer tournaments or games are all over the United States. And it's pretty cool. Like, our team travels, like, instead of hiring out. Like, we do hire in the areas that we travel to when needed, but we rely on our core staff to travel and do everything because basically we just don't trust other people to do it. So, because we just are so good at our jobs. But so I travel to soccer tournaments and we just started doing professional matches. So like Chelsea, Wrexham, Man City, Celtic, who else? I don't even remember. West Ham. All these like teams came to America and did like a USA tour. And which is, I mean, it's cool. Like this game of soccer is spreading. I don't really care about soccer. Like I like the game. Yeah. I like the women's team. I like to play soccer. Yeah. But like, I don't follow soccer. I don't have a Premier League team or anything like that. But it was cool. Like we were in Notre Dame Stadium, Ohio State Stadium. Got to go to Levi Stadium where the 49ers play and sell like the Chelsea jerseys to Chelsea fans because Chelsea is playing, like the real team is playing right below us. So the idea of it's cool. So yeah, the stress of it, not cool. But anyway, I've survived. Anywho. So I went and made a list of all the places I've traveled this summer, not to flex, but just to like look back because trust me, I am not flexing. It is not. I don't recommend traveling to this many places at once, but I think it's just fun to like, that's the whole point of this podcast. I can do whatever I want. So shut your yapper. Okay. So starting in May, I was in Greenville, South Carolina for work and we did see Zach Bryan. Concert was okay. I'm not even going to lie, but I got to go to Greenville and then I drove straight home because Elise Potts, I should say, got married, one of my best friends from college, and all of my friends were here in Raleigh, and it was literally the best weekend ever. I want to relive it. Like I cried a little bit on Sunday when everyone left. I like had like post-wedding depression. It's real. Like I was like, wait, that was so fun. I don't want it to end. So I can't imagine being a bride and then your wedding ends and you're like, oh my God, what next? Then I had a Holden Beach weekend with my family. And then I went to Beaufort, North Carolina, which is also the beach for Memorial Day weekend with my friends. And then I was in Greensboro for an event. And then I was in Charlotte for another wedding for Mackenzie Hogan's wedding. Shout out you. Also, the most fun wedding I've literally ever been to in my life. And I didn't cry on Sunday driving home, but like I was a little hungover. But it was an incredible wedding. Like I hope mine is that fun. Now we're in June. I went to St. Louis for a few days. I went to the beach for a few days, and then I was in Seattle for a lot of days, if you remember. Now we're in July. I went back to Beaufort for the 4th of July. Incredible time. And then I was in Richmond for about a week. Then I was home for about a week, which that was like the most stressful week of my life. I don't think I stopped working until like 11 p.m. any night that week. But, you know, like that whole week, I was like, I'm going to get this stuff done. But who's going to do it? What version of me is going to do it? I don't know. I literally don't know. But I did it. Patting myself on the back. Then I went to San Francisco, then to Notre Dame, then to Ohio State. And now it's August and I am home sweet home. And I'm so happy. I'm going to the beach soon, like ASAP Rocky. I like wish I was there right now, but it's also like a beautiful day here. So I'm not mad about it. So yeah, those are my travels. Work has slowed down a little bit. Now it's just like, okay, let's just do it all again. Let's get back into the swing of things. So what am I doing now? Enough about work and travel. Well, kind of about travel. You'll see why. So what am I doing now? You may be wondering. You may not be wondering, but I'm going to tell you anyways because it is my podcast. So I am eating good food. Surprise, surprise, I know. But it is so nice to be home and to be able to buy whatever I want at the grocery store, cook whatever I want at home. Sometimes I'm like, oh, I really just don't know what I want to cook. Like last night, I was like, I'm not cooking. So I went to Standard in Raleigh and got some tacos and some chips and queso and a watermelon ranch water. 10 out of 10 meal. It was so good. And also watermelon ranch water. Why have I never thought of that or had that before? It was really good. And then the other thing I'm eating a lot of, which I've already hinted at, is sourdough. I've literally paused this episode to go take care of my sourdough. Put her out of the oven, put another one in the oven. It's a whole thing, and I love sourdough. But I need to like chill on the consumption of the sourdough because I don't think anyone should eat as much sourdough as I'm eating, and I think my body is going to start to reflect that, which we don't want. So if you live in the area and want some sourdough, I would love to make you some. The other thing I'm eating, and I talked about as well, is protein. So like I said, my body craves protein because I eat so much of it, and then if I'm not eating my protein, like I'm literally hungry. Shocker, because protein keeps you full if you didn't know. And like I said, I'm trying to get back into kind of just the swing of things, like everything, my workout routine, my eating routine, eating healthy. And one of those things is getting my protein in and up. So the goal is to eat 120 grams of protein a day, maybe a little bit more. When I did my sustainable 60 challenge, it wasn't sustainable, so I stopped. I was trying to do 120 grams of protein, and there were a few days I realized I was eating like 160 even, and I was in pain, and I was like constipated. So it's definitely possible to overdo it, and also to like maybe work your way up to eating that much protein. I don't know. Your body probably needs to adjust. It goes with your body weight and everything. So do some research, but that's kind of my goal. So that's what I'm trying to do. And part 2 of what I'm getting into is strength training. So I've talked about this already in this episode, but I love strength training, and I feel my best when I'm doing it. And I also know that is how I'm going to see the results that I want and like hit the goals that I currently have. So I think I'm going to get a gym membership. I don't know where, but my Peloton gym home studio is currently not cutting it. Or if I continue here, I just need to get heavier weights, because something like I'm in the Strength to Build podcast. Again, I just keep circling. I'm so good at this planning episode thing because I keep hitting points early that I know I'm going to hit later. Anyway, it was kind of some tough love that I think I needed to hear, but it was like at a certain point, you just need to be more strict with yourself. Like lift heavier, eat maybe a few less calories, or maybe eat a few more calories if you're trying to bulk or cut or whatever phase of your program you're in. And I'm like, yeah, wait, no shit. I'm not getting stronger. The heaviest pound dumbbells that I have here are 20s, which like, yeah, heavy enough. Like if you put them together, 40 pounds, but like I've been lifting those for 2 years now. And when I know I can lift more, like I'm not struggling when I'm doing rep 12 or rep 8 or whatever the series is. I'm struggling on like the 4th set. Yeah. But like I just need to push myself harder is moral of the story. So that's something I am excited to get into and focus more on. And a very helpful piece of advice from Health with VA. If you don't follow her, please follow her. She posts really incredible content. And she said this on my podcast as well, like a few episodes ago, but she said, it's not about starting your workout, like journey program, whatever you're starting. It's not about just like going in and immediately lifting heavy and like having a perfect workout and making sure you're hitting all the muscle groups and hitting everything X, Y, and Z. It's just about building the habit of going to the gym. And then once the habit is there, then it's like, okay, let's lift heavier, have the perfect form. Let's make sure we're doing a proper workout to like check all the boxes. So there's a lot that goes into it, but you just need to start. And so that this past week, it's been my first week at home. I've had some grace with myself by, I don't know, I've just been like, allowing myself to just be like, okay, what workout do I feel like doing? And what body group do I want to hit today? Monday, I did a full body workout and it was really hard and I loved it. It was a great workout. Tuesday, I did a 30-minute bike boot camp on Peloton. This is all on Peloton, obviously. And so I did a 30-minute bike boot camp with upper body. Because another piece of information Virginia taught me is that you need to hit muscle groups twice in a week, which then I heard that again on Chelsea's podcast, which was like, oh, wow, look at this information being factual. And so I was like, okay, full body on Monday, arms Tuesday. Wednesday, I was extremely sore, extremely tired. I was like, and it was raining, and I was like, I'm just going to take it easy. I did a very short walk with the dogs, and that was it. And then Thursday, I did, again, I was really, like, I was just tired, sore, but I was like, let me just walk the dogs and then see how I'm feeling. And then I was like, you know what? I can do 20 minutes because literally it came into my mind of like, just build the habit, Corey, like build the habit of working out. So I did. And I did a 20-minute leg workout on my TV. And then yesterday I did what did I do? Oh, a long walk with the dogs in the morning and after work and during work because I had a phone call. And then I was watching beach volleyball and was just lifting weights while trying to watch sand volleyball. The next thing that's been going on in my life right now and I'm working on, it is a work in progress, but it's just adult things. So first thing is cleaning out my closet, which not really an adult thing. I've been doing this since like middle school, but for the last few months, I've just been like waiting for August to like purge my closet because every time I open my closet, I'm like, oh, I'm so tired of seeing these shirts that I never put on my body. And right then and there, I should have just like taken them off the hanger, but I didn't because I was like, I knew I wasn't going to do anything with them, like post them to sell them or anything like that. But I do use Curtsy and it's a great app. It's the same thing as Poshmark, but I think it's a lot more user friendly and like clean to use. So, and also none of my clothes have literally any value. So I'm like, I don't even know why I bother. I should just take them straight to Goodwill. I need to set like a timer on my phone and be like, if in 2 weeks I haven't sold a single piece, bye-bye, it's going to Goodwill. But I'm still going to try and sell my 4-year-old shirt for $4 and not make any money off of it. But I'm going to try because it makes me feel better because I feel like it's like going to a new home versus just going to Goodwill where it will probably never get sold. So that's what I'm doing, cleaning out my closet. Yay. And then other adult thing is just planning. So appointments, like hair appointments. I need to find a new gynecologist in Raleigh. What? That's not fun. Need to find a dermatologist. That's also not fun. I do have my eye doctor scheduled. Again, not for like a month. So these contacts in my eyeballs better last. Knock on wood. But like I said, with my planner, I love to just put things in my planner and plan. But ironically, I am so good at planning ahead, but I can't plan the week in front of me and make a decision. So what I was talking about earlier, I have a trip to San Diego booked for literally next week. Like I leave in less than a week, actually. My flight, I think, is on Wednesday and I come back on a red eye on Saturday night. And I think I'm leaning towards going now, which is good. But I did tell Price, I was like, to be very honest, I don't know if I'm going to go. Like, I think I would rather just be home or I'd rather be at the beach and like just, there's a different kind of comfort of like, for me being at my parents' house, which is at the beach. I know it's fantastic. I'm very blessed versus going somewhere else. And also it's a place I've been a lot. So it's not like something new, but I don't know. I just don't know if I'm going to have that same like relaxation that I want where I could just be like literally sitting on Holden Beach. Hopefully it's sunny and warm and I'm reading my book and I drive home to like my parents' house and it's just like cozy. Callie's there. Key piece of information. I don't know. That's my internal dilemma, but we'll see if I go to San Diego. I have to decide by tomorrow. That's for sure. And lastly, something that I'm currently doing is sleeping. I have been in bed by 8 every night for the last week or just about 8 and asleep by like 10, anywhere from like 9:45 to like 10:30, and I've been sleeping until 7. Today I slept till 8. It has been amazing because during the last few months I don't get much sleep. We have to be at the field at like 6 sometimes. Oh, it like gives me shivers. Where we're waking up at like 4:45, 5:15, 5:30, just totally depends. And we're also working really late and on our feet all day. So like I'm just like physically exhausted. So being able to sleep this amount of time is just, it's a beautiful thing. and I get in bed with my tea and my book, and it's the world is just great after that. So yeah, that is what I've been doing. And coming soon down the line, which I've talked about a lot, my strength, my protein. I also might fuck around and try and track macros just to I don't want to develop a negative relationship with food, but I want to just learn more about the what I'm eating and the value I'm putting in my body and everything. So I might, we'll just see. And then I'm really excited for soup season. I'm not wishing summer away by any means, but I am welcoming soup. It's coming, and I just love soup. I think they're so fun. You can be creative. You can literally throw a million things in a pot with seasoning and it'll taste good for the most part. So I'm excited for that. And then also an episode coming up soon is going to be a Q&A, which were 90% of the questions from one person. Maybe. I don't know. You'll never know. But yeah, I'm excited to do that. So yeah, I think that's all I've got for you. Hopefully this episode saves. If not, I don't think I can record it a third time. But yeah, hopefully you're watching this on video. If not, and you hear me saying the word video and you don't see a video coming along with it, mind your own business. We're working on it. But thank you guys for listening. I hope you have a great rest of your week. I hope you have a great day. And follow me, if you don't already, on Phone Eats First Pod on Instagram and Corey_in the kitchen. Leave a rating and review. Follow me on Spotify or Apple Podcasts, wherever you get your podcast. I would really, really appreciate it. But yeah, thank you guys. We will talk soon. You are listening to Phone Eats First.